Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to be going over the techniques and strategies that I used in order to hit 1 million views on a brand new channel on its very first video. Now, of course, some of you guys may say this was just luck. Well, I'm here to tell you that it wasn't just luck. Of course, there's luck involved, but there's so much more to it, and we're going to go over all of that today. Now, before we go over all the awesome tips and tricks, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name's Michael. I'm 24 years old, and I've been doing YouTube for over 2 years. Over those 2 years, we have made several different accounts that have hit over 100K subs. We have made over 1,000 videos that have accumulated over 200 million views. Along with that, I also run and operate a professional esports organization by the name of Team Kungarna. Now be sure to stick through the entire video, guys, because every single strategy is just as important as the last, because if you can nail them all, that's what will really help you get that 1 million views or whatever you desire on YouTube. Now guys, before I help you attempt to achieve your first 1 million views, do me a quick favor, drop a like on the video. Every single like really helps support the channel. You guys don't even know, and all you have to do is just click it real quick. Doesn't take too long. But now let's go ahead and hop into the video and let's take a look at these strategies. Now let's go ahead and take a look at that video that did get us 1 million views. You guys can see it right here. The title is Tony Ferguson is the Type of Guy 2. And it's got over 1 million views. Yes, awesome. We also have over 11,000 likes. Some of you guys may follow mixed martial arts. Well, Tony Ferguson, he is a fighter in the MMA, and he has definitely been catching fire recently. He has won 12 fights in a row in the lightweight division. And this is all important information to this video and how you guys can also achieve 1 million views. You have to know what you're making a video on. I'm an avid UFC watcher, and I have seen the last 12 fights that Tony Ferguson has won. So I have that experience. I understand what a Tony Ferguson fan or viewer may expect or want to see in a really good YouTube video about him. So remember that you must know the topic you are uploading a video on. It is super important, because if you upload something you don't know anything about, why would somebody who knows a lot about that want to listen to someone or see someone talk about something they just don't get? It would make no sense for them. They would think it's kind of pointless and dumb. So let's talk about some of the things you guys notice first, like the title and the thumbnail. We already went over the title a little bit, but let's go more in depth about what it means. So the title is Tony Ferguson is the Type of Guy 2. Now you may be wondering, what does that mean? Why is that the title? I know it's a little bit random if you don't follow MMA or Tony Ferguson. Well, there is this meme that caught fire at the beginning of the year, which is Tony Ferguson is the Type of Guy 2, and then you say something, such as taking a look at these comments throughout some videos about Tony Ferguson. They're highly upvoted, and they say things like, Tony Ferguson is the type of guy to call you and say he can't talk right now, or Tony Ferguson is the type of guy to tell his parents to move out of their house when he turns 18. And this meme started because Tony Ferguson is kind of a weird guy. He's funny, but extremely weird, and he does odd stuff. That video will be linked down below in the description. You guys can take a look at it, watch it, and learn from it, and you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about. He's a little weird, if we say that. But anyways, this meme caught fire during 2019. I'm telling you guys, search Tony Ferguson on your YouTube URL bar and click any video. You'll see the top comments all say Tony Ferguson is the type of guy. So I saw this, and I knew that this could catch fire. So that's why I went with that title. Now let's go over the thumbnail, because yes, it's definitely interesting. As you guys can see right here, last 6 fights, and then also 6 opponents who are bleeding and look like they just got beat up. So the idea behind this thumbnail was, all right, I'm going to catch the attention of people who do like Tony Ferguson from the title and think he's funny, he's a meme, let's watch this, it might be funny or something. And then I wanted to catch the eyes of the hardcore MMA fans, the ones who want to see some highlights, the ones that think, oh my god, like he really destroyed those guys, I have to see what it was like. So I told 2 different stories in the video, one with a thumbnail and one with a title. And this is one of the most important things I can preach on. I try to do this throughout all of my videos, all of my channels. It is really hard because sometimes you can't just come up with 2 ideas that will match the video. But for this one, it was a little easier because we do have those aspects of Tony Ferguson being weird in it, but then we also have those aspects of the highlights of him just hammering people straight in the face, making them bleed and stuff, which I knew would catch separate audiences, and they both come together clicking it, equals more views. So remember, try to tell multiple stories through your title and through your thumbnail, because that will increase your odds to get more views. And that's a big reason why I do believe this video caught fire like it did. All right, let's move on now from the title and thumbnail, and let's talk about your tags, which are also super important. Now, I've been using the same tag strategy for about a year now, and it has brought me so many views, guys. And I think this is really the best way to go about it. And it's kind of like the idea of, if it works already, don't change it. There's no need to fix something that already works. And what I mean by that is just go find tags that other people are using that got a lot of views that are about your topic. So what did I do for this video? I searched Tony Ferguson. I searched Tony Ferguson highlights. I searched Tony Ferguson best moments, Tony Ferguson funniest moments, and I went through all the videos that had 500K plus views, and I looked at their tags. Now, of course, I didn't take every single tag from every video because there is a tag limit. Currently, this video has a total of 26 tags, which is the most it can have. So what I did was I sifted through all those videos, about 20 of them. I read all of the tags. I looked at the similarities in the tags between all of them, and I took the most common ones, such as UFC, MMA, Tony Ferguson highlights, Tony Ferguson versus Khabib, Tony Ferguson funny, Tony Ferguson weird. All of these tags were in a lot of the videos that got a ton of views. So why would it not work for me? It worked for all of them. I kind of just took their success and added it to my thumbnail and my title, which in my opinion, I thought was better than some of them. And that is why we did get a total of 1 million views and still climbing. So tags are super easy. And if you don't know how to find tags, there's a bunch of extensions in Chrome. Just Google tag extension for YouTube on Chrome. You should be able to find something. All right, now let's talk a little bit more about the content of the video, because this is just as important as anything else. You can have a great title, a great thumbnail, and amazing tags. But if your content, which is the actual video, sucks, you're screwed, because people are gonna watch for about 10 to 20 seconds, and guess what? They're gonna click the back button or move on to the next video, and that will really hurt you. You need long watch time. Now, for those of you who don't know what watch time is, it's the total amount of time someone spends on your video. So for example, this video is 4 minutes and 18 seconds. If someone watches the entire thing, that's 100% watch time. And if your watch time's under like 20%, you're completely screwed. YouTube will recognize that. That's one of the most important things for their algorithm, which is a word we throw around a lot. It's pretty much the bot in YouTube that decides whether or not your video is like worthy of trending or worthy of being promoted on people's home pages, browser pages, and on their up next column. So you have to make sure the content inside of your video is worth watching. So for example, on this video, whoever likes Tony Ferguson obviously likes UFC. They obviously like the funny things about him. So I made sure to put the best highlights I could find in that video, and also the funniest and most weird things about him in that video. And because of that, people wanted to watch the entire thing and see what was next. And that's why we acquired a 53% watch time. Now, this is a little lower than it was before. When we were sitting around like 300K views, the video was doing great. We were at about 65% watch time, which is super high. And that's why it started to get pushed all the way up to 1 million people. So this kind of goes back to the first thing we talked about, which is knowing your topic. You have to know what people want to see. And I knew people wanted to see funny, weird, and crazy highlights from this guy, so that's what I put in it, and that's what you need to do with your video. Now, moving on to another way to really help you guys get more views on your video, that is to encourage your audience to drop a like on your video, which, I mean, if you haven't already, please guys, do me a favor, drop a like on this video right now, because it will help push it. Every single like really does mean a lot. And if YouTube sees that a lot of people are liking your video, a lot of people are watching it for a long time, they will push it. They will put it in the recommended tab. They will put it on people's home pages, browser pages, up next. It'll be everywhere. So you have to find good ways to encourage your audience to drop likes on your videos. And you could do this through several ways. You could do it through being funny. You could do it through offering giveaways. There's different techniques, but for me, my favorite way is to just be honest. Let them know, like, every like really does help support the channel. So it's not that big of a deal to go down there and just click it real quick, you know? So everybody who does drop a like, you guys are amazing, and you let your audience know that. Because without you guys, truly, like, what am I doing here? I'm doing nothing. No one is going to see this without you guys. So again, thank you so much. Drop a like. And that's the type of stuff you want to do and say. You want to make your audience feel like you're a family, you know, which we are. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Now, the next thing you guys need to start doing is really taking a look at your analytics. Your first video ever may not blow up. It might not hit the 1 million views, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sure, there's luck involved and it definitely helped me, but my experience is what helped me the most. If this was my first video ever on YouTube, there's no chance I would have hit 1 million views because I likely wouldn't have known what I was doing. So through experience and studying your analytics, looking at your videos, what worked, what didn't work, and over time you will really start to improve. I can't express it enough. You guys need to work hard, you need to grind, and you need to focus on what works in your analytics and what doesn't. And make sure you guys use the open beta analytics. There's so much more information in there, and it's more reliable in my opinion. So in the first tab, the overview one, you'll see there's the watch time, there's your subscribers gained, hours watched, all in the last 28 days. Let's move on now to the reach tab, which is much more important. Here you'll find your impressions, which total impressions is how many people have seen like your thumbnail and title on the home page, browser page, up next, pretty much anywhere it's advertised. Every time that pops up when someone refreshes their page, that counts as an impression. It is not a view. Then next to that, you'll see your CTR, which is your click-through rate, how many times someone actually clicked on your video who saw it on their recommended or on the side. And then of course, you'll find your views and unique viewers. Now moving on to engagement, this one's also important. This is where you'll find your in-depth analytics for watch time. You'll see how long people are viewing your video. When they drop off is super important. You wanna make sure if for some reason at 4 minutes in your video, that's when everyone stops watching, figure out why. What did you do at 4 minutes? Because it probably didn't work. It may have pushed people away. It may have not been as entertaining as the other first 3 minutes. So you wanna make sure you do what you're doing in those first 3 minutes to keep people watching after that 4th minute. Moving on now to the audience tab. This one's also important. This will tell you who's watching your video, where they're from, how old they are, what's their gender. You can make sure you're finding the right people for your topic. As well as this, it'll tell you how many people are watching your video that are not subscribed and that are subscribed, so you can work on convincing people to subscribe in your channel. Now, in my opinion, subscribers aren't as important as likes are, so definitely focus on likes a little bit more, but it is still really good to build your audience and make sure people subscribe and turn your notifications on. So those are all of the tips, the tricks, the strategies, the techniques that I've been using on my channel over the last couple of years, and it's really worked out for me, guys, and it can work out for you too, I promise. Now, if you did enjoy this video and you want to see more, drop a like on it and subscribe. We're going to be doing amazing content in the future. We'll definitely take a look at how much money I made in my first year of YouTube. It was definitely a lot. It was a huge shock to me, and it really just drove me to want to do more and more on YouTube. And that's why I'm making another channel like this. We're going to be doing so many things just based around making money. Not only improving on YouTube, but also real life stuff. I want to go out and buy a vending machine, put it in an office, see how much money we can make in a week or a month doing that. I also want to get into real estate, buy my first house for my parents, then myself, see how much money we can make doing that. And of course, so many other things. And the great thing about it is you guys don't have to worry about risking your own money. I'm going to risk my money, and you guys will be able to watch through the TV, through your computer, through your phone, and see the mistakes I make so you can avoid them in the future. I really want you guys to be able to use this channel, use these videos for knowledge, experience for your future so you can be successful. But guys, that is going to be the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.